Without a moment of mourning for the culmination's departure, the S2 introduces a new gameplay to the battlefield, Cybermodding. Before delving into Cybermodding, let's take a look at projection dungeons introduced in Season 2. Upon entering Bulrush Marshes in the new season, the plotline for the projection dungeon kicks in. In projection dungeons, telemetric suppression will decrease the damage you inflict. To counteract this effect, click the Initialize Parsing button. The parsing speed depends on both the dungeon's convolution factor and your computability. Larger disparities between the two values lead to slower parsing. Projections of monsters will continue to spawn till the parsing is complete. The convolution factor of projection dungeons increases with the game's difficulty and can be freely chosen within a certain range. Computability comes from your cybermodded equipment, where higher level chip effects mean higher computability. Mobs and bosses' projections will bring you more pressure. After defeating the boss in a projection dungeon, a projection chest appears. Use Holockey to open it to get chips and ESA circuits. Holockey's regans over time, up to a maximum of 12. They can also be purchased with gems, Cybermodding. After completing the projection dungeon storyline, you can cybermod your equipment through Vayer in Chilstead Village or Tristan 2 in Resistance Bunker. Equipment can be cybermodded by removing one modifier to receive an interface for chips. You can have chip effects transposed to your cybermodded equipment via the interface. After transposition, chips will still be kept in your chip bank and can be reused on your other gear for transposing effects or swapping the current effects. However, if more than one chips of the same name are loaded to that equipment piece, only the one of higher level takes effect. Different types of equipment carry different types of chip interface, allowing for transposing different types of chips. Accessories feature circular interfaces for the Energizer chip. Armors feature square interfaces for the Overclock chip. Weapons feature triangular interfaces for the Resonator chip. Each chip grants bonus stats and has special effects. Chips are also divided into multiple levels, with every 2 levels constituting one rarity level. Higher level chips have higher stats, and chips of different rarities have different special effects. In the chip bank, 3 chips of the same name and level can be integrated to a chip of the next level. Energizer chips come in regular versions without suffixes and special versions with suffixes. This type of chips grants bonus to defense. Regular versions provide greater stat bonuses compared to special versions. Any Energizer chip will grant a chip skill, which can be activated from the minor skill hotbar. There are 5 obtainable chip skills. Proximal warp drive, blink to a designated position. Recuperation, activate the chip for continuous life regen. Mirror mimicry, construct a projection of the target, but with reduced life. A part of the damage sustained by the replica will be mirrored onto the original. The projection will attack you. Speedy cooldown. Activate the chip to speed up C-dis of your other active skills. Nebula barrier. Shield your allies with a temporary barrier that reduces enemy damage passing through and allows allies to retaliate with greater damage. The upgraded effects vary for different skills. Proximal warp drive and recuperation C reduce CD upon upgrade, while mirror mimicry, speedy cooldown, and nebula barrier are more effective. A suffix on an Energizer chip indicates that its chip skill will be a bit different. For instance, regular mirror mimicry constructs a projection of the target, whereas for mirror mimicry, like glitch, the projection is turned into a steely that can't attack nor move. Each chip skill has 3 different suffixes, each offering different effects. Overclock chips level up your class skills. This type of chips increases intelligence, strength, dexterity, depending on the type of equipment cybermodded. Basic training and resistance conditioning chips offer greater stats compared to chips of other skills. An overclock chip increases the level of a learn skill. The higher the rarity, the more levels are increased, with a gold overclock chip increasing up to 4 levels. For example, this Overclock Chip 3 can increase a level for Void Out skill to level 6. Skill levels can exceed the limit, with a maximum of level 8 achievable through Cybermodding. The Resonator chip applies on Fate Bounds. They also increase attack power or magic power. The Spirit Fatebound Resonator chips provide superior stats compared to regular Fatebound ones. They can increase the Fatebound nodes of an equipment piece. The green Resonator chip increases the corresponding Fatebound node by 1. The blue Resonator chip increases the corresponding Fatebound node by 1, and if the weapon already has this Fatebound node, the number of nodes increases by an additional 1. The purple Resonator chip increases the corresponding Fatebound node number by 2. If the weapon already possesses this Fatebound node, it increases the number of other Fatebound nodes on the weapon by 1. The golden Resonator chip increases the corresponding Fatebound node number by 2. If the weapon already possesses this Fatebound node, it increases the number of other Fatebound nodes on the weapon by 2. A single weapon that offers Fatebound effects of 3-piece sets is up for your grab. How to obtain chips and ESA circuits. Projection chests in the projection dungeons yield chips upon opening, with higher convolution factors yielding higher level chips. Chips also come from dismantling cybermodded gear. Resonator chips are obtained by dismantling cybermodded weapons, and their Fatebounds always correspond to those on the weapon being dismantled. If the weapon has multiple Fatebounds, the Resonator chip will be given one of them at random. Overclock chips can be obtained by dismantling cybermodded armor, among them. Dismantling helmets yields chips that work on the skills of the left side class, if armor, the right side class, and if boots, the prestige class in the middle. When you switch characters, the skills on the overclock chips in the chip bank will change according to the current character's class. Energizer chips can be obtained by dismantling cybermodded accessories. When dismantling cybermodded accessories, there's a 25% chance of obtaining a regular version Energizer chip with no suffix, and a 75% chance of obtaining a special version Energizer chip with a suffix related to the equipment's strength, dexterity, or intelligence. ESA circuits can be obtained by opening projection chests, opening ESATech chests at the chest merchant, and dismantling chips. During the upcoming event in mid-May, new event and multiplayer challenges in early June, more resources for the new season will be introduced. That concludes all about the cybermodding.